Lock and load. Well, the title of the newest update, latest event, does give me some Counter-Strike vibes. I used to play that game a very long time ago. Anyway, time to take a look at the new top tier platoon, the MBT-70. Now, this is a very nice looking tank, have to admit. It does kind of remind me on the Leopard, but it has a big 152mm main gun. It is fairly fast, 64 km per hour is the top speed, reverse is also 64 km per hour. It has 3 crew member, 52 tons is the weight, 7.5 seconds is the reload. Surprisingly, the front of this vehicle seems to be good. I've bounced quite a lot of ATGMs, and surprisingly, it can withstand some kinetic shells as well. There is some magic done to the armor of this vehicle. I'm fairly sure it might have some form of not exactly advanced protection, but definitely feels different, a bit different from the usual top tier vehicles. Anyway, now honestly, this does look like when you take the Leopard A1 and if you were to squash the tank a little bit, this is basically how this vehicle feels. Although I would say it is more close to the... what was the name of the premium vehicle in the M728 CEV platoon? The other vehicle, the other medium tank. That's what also this kind of looks like, but obviously it's not the same vehicle. However, this is a MBT. I love the name, it's very simple. MBT, Main Battle Tank 70. Pretty straightforward naming on this vehicle. Now, it has APFSDS and it has ATGM. The ATGM on this vehicle does seem to be a little bit slower than the ATGM on, let's say, the CV90-105XC8. That APFS seems to be a lot faster than that ATGM seems to be faster than this one. But it's good. You can use the AP DART ammo or the ATGM, depending on the situation. I use both. However, I found myself using the... that was a stolen kill. I stole the kill from my own tank. The artillery did hit the ZTZ there. Anyway, the ATGM on this vehicle is decent enough. You can definitely use it. It also has HE-ATFS. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any hash or high explosive shell. Has 3 types. 2 are... I mean, I guess you can use the high explosive anti-tank ammo for high explosive, but the ATGM does feel like it's doing a better job at that, so I keep using the ATGM. I mean, I like ATGMs. I'm still saying that the ATGMs are probably the most potent and most powerful weapon that's... well, not weapon directly, but probably the most effective weapon type in War Thunder. I mean, also kind of similar in real life as well. ATGM does short work of a tank when it hits, so that's why I usually have some form of APM on my vehicles. But this vehicle does play like any other main battle tank. It doesn't have any unique feature to it. It's fast, it has a good gun, it has actually a big gun, 152mm. I guess the main gun is a bit larger than the main gun that we see on the usual main battle tanks, but I have to admit, I don't really feel the caliber of this gun. If someone told me that this is a 100mm gun, I would have believed it, because it doesn't kick as a 152mm main gun. It simply, I feel like it simply doesn't have, well, it doesn't feel like it has the kick as a 152mm main gun. But that being said, it does decent damage when it penetrates. The APFSDS ammo does do its job, so can't really complain about the main gun on this vehicle. The most important thing is that it gets the job done, so I'm not going to complain about the main gun. And it can launch ATGMs, so there is absolutely nothing dislike about this vehicle. It is really nice so far. Also, something I noticed quite recently. Now when you cap your frame rate at 60 FPS, it doesn't show 60 anymore, it's just 59. And that kind of is annoying because 60 just looks nicer, but I mean, it's still 60, but it doesn't really show it as 60, 59 FPS. That's weird. I noticed that in one of the last videos that I made. Now, one thing I have to say about the accuracy, this gun does not feel like it's the most accurate gun. I've missed shots that I should not have missed, so do be careful, because I don't really trust this main gun's accuracy. It doesn't feel good when it comes to long distance. Maybe just my luck, but I didn't really enjoy the accuracy of this gun that much. And that was the first battle for today with the MBT-70. Okay, let's go to the next one. You can go capture zones, you can go snipe. I mean, you can snipe with this vehicle. ATGM might be the most accurate ammo type on this, since it goes where you want it to go. The ATGM is very stable. The fact that it's not very fast means that you can maneuver around obstacles and you can hit vehicles behind obstacles with this ATGM, so that's also kind of a not exactly an added bonus, but you know, it's a thing that you can take advantage of while driving this thing. And this position is not that good for this vehicle. I have to say this is a very flat main battle tank. Has a flat turret. It's not tall, which is good and bad at the same time. That was a good hit in the ammo. But yeah, you can, I guess, play the vehicle in such a way it works. You just have to be careful that you can't really go to every single position because of the height of the vehicle. Again, it's definitely not the tallest. And definitely not the tallest main battle tank. Not exactly a bad thing, again, has its advantage. It's just if you like certain positions, you might struggle with those positions with this vehicle because of its lacking, because it lacks height, I guess. And that's a baguette. Somehow that didn't do any damage. Okay. Somehow that did not do any damage. And somehow that ATGM wasn't flying as fast as it should have been flying. Which is a common thing with my ATGMs. My ATGMs never go full speed for some reason. They all go extremely slow. But yeah, if you've been playing the Leopard, this is exactly the same play style as the Leopard again. I am actually treating this vehicle as a Leopard. That's how it feels like visually. Looks very similar to Leopard as well. With the difference being that this thing can actually have some, well, does have some protection when it comes to being hit. I find that really interesting. The ammo is stored at the back of the turret. So if you get hit in the turret and if the shell goes all the way back to the... Well, I don't know what happened there. I did not click on the firing button, it just fired on its own. Anyway. Revenge bomber time. The reverse is also really good. I'm actually very happy about the reverse of this vehicle. And it's funny, when a tier 7, I believe, the AMX-30 Accra, that thing has a supersonic ATGM. I feel like that ATGM on the Accra is better than the ATGM on this vehicle. Although the Accra does have a slightly smaller main gun, slightly smaller caliber. But in the end, that ATGM is supersonic and it flies really fast. So that's one thing that I like about the Accra a bit more than I like on this vehicle. And okay, I survived that. That's what I'm saying. This vehicle does take hits, surprisingly. And I took a hit from that 80 GM and didn't do much, which is odd. Should aim between the turret and the hull when you're shooting at this vehicle. It will probably destroy the whole thing in one hit. I need to actually test that out myself and shoot at this vehicle. And let me capture the zone or not. And this is what I was talking about, the accuracy of this main gun. I was aiming at the Bradley, it hit some invisible magic ball. Lovely. So yeah, the accuracy of this gun does not feel like it's the best at all. It feels average. Most other main battle tanks feel like they have a much more accurate main gun than this thing. But for the most part, it should do just fine. For the most part, should not be a big problem. That 80 gem does get the job done. That was a very nice hit. I expected the Bradley to pop out of a corner. I just did not expect the Bradley to pop out of that corner, but I anticipated something in a similar way. Well, let's see what I will do next here. I mean, so far, I don't think that this will be my personal main vehicle of this platoon. We will be testing out other vehicles, I'll be driving them as well, but I don't really feel like this vehicle is the superstar of this platoon. That's just my experience with this tank. Is it a bad vehicle though? Obviously not. I mean, there is no such thing as a bad vehicle. It's just not a vehicle that I am personally enjoying much, which honestly is okay. I'll still manage to play it just fine. It's just that there are vehicles that I can play properly, and then there are vehicles that I can't play properly. And this is one of the vehicles that I don't think I'm playing properly, or should I say I'm not really doing well with. Which is fine. I mean, I play really well with some other vehicles. This vehicle doesn't like me, that's fine. But overall, I'm pretty happy with its performance. The AP FSDS shell gets the job done. Good thing I did not aim at the turret, because there is no ammo in the turret. Maybe I should have aimed at the turret. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I actually thought the dart would detonate, but unfortunately it didn't. And the 80 gem didn't do much as well. Isn't that just lovely? Well, I mean, again, surprisingly, a very tough vehicle. I would say survivability-wise, despite having literally no armor, I would say pretty good. And of course, yeah, that should have went through, didn't. Kinda weird how that didn't work. And they repaired, of course. Well, in any case, I did my thing there, I did my job. So, that would be the MBT-70, the new main battle tank in tier 9 rank 17 vehicle. Very soon we will be hopping on the tier 10s, that's gonna be pretty fun, but overall this is a pretty fun vehicle, definitely good and has good ammo. Overall I can't complain about it, and with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe, and with that being said, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.